April is Community College Month. So as we kick off our April video, I'd like to let you all know about some of the fantastic events that we have in support of Community College Month. This month is all about our students and their accomplishments, and also about our faculty and thanking them for all of the ways that they work to support our students and to help us accomplish all the things that we are able to do here at CCC. On April the 19th, the Employee and Community Outreach Council is going to be having an Earth Day celebration from 10 to 2 in the Commons. They did this last year, and it was a really cool event where they had all kinds of interactive displays and everything. So when you have a few minutes during that time period, wander through the Commons, and I learned a lot from that little event last year. On the 24th, this is kind of our crowning event. The 7th Annual Student Recognition Ceremony in Town Hall at 3 p.m. This is our opportunity to recognize students for various things. The students who have been on the Executive Vice President's Honor Roll will be recognized. Also, students who have specifically been nominated for awards by faculty members or maybe by the office that they work in for some sort of special achievement that's a little bit outside the norm of what they're expected to do. It's a great event. We always have really good participation, and it's really a nice way for us to let our students know that we recognize what they do, we recognize how hard they work, and that we want to give them some credit for what they've been doing. Then on April the 29th, we'll have the Spring Transfer Fair at 11 o'clock in the Commons. It's kind of like a variation of the old college days, so that's how I would describe the transfer fair. But it's really important. We'll get a lot of students here, people from other colleges, and there's a lot of good information out there. The Cultural Arts Series will present the State Street Ballet's Cinderella. That's at 7 p.m. at Marshall. This is the final event for the season for cultural arts. The State Street Ballet is a really top-notch ballet troupe, and Cinderella is an accessible ballet. So it's really going to be a really nice event. We don't often get to bring dance groups for our cultural arts series because it's really hard to make them work at Marshall Auditorium, but this one is going to work. So I really hope everybody can come out and have an opportunity to see a ballet and still be in Clovis, New Mexico. On the 28th, which is a Saturday, the Campus Activities Board is hosting their 5th annual Paint the Prairie Dog Dash 5K. It's a color run, so they'll give you one of those white t-shirts, and you can come out there and get that dye, the cornstarch sprinkled with dye or whatever thrown at you, but it's also a 5K. So there will be all kinds of people out there. There will be people that are seriously trying to run a 5K fast, and then there will be people who walk, run. There'll be people who come out and push their kids in a stroller. But it's a really fun event. It's something that CAB does as sort of a fundraiser, but honestly, CAB does this almost more as a public service because they think it's an important event to have, and it's something that we consider important for our campus community as well as the larger community. So everybody come out on that Saturday morning. It's at 9 o'clock out at the track. 9 o'clock is a perfect time for a run. It's not too early, not too late. More things ought to be at 9 o'clock. And then on the 30th, we have the Family and High School Senior Night at CCC. This is a new event for us. It'll be from 5:30 to 7:30 in room 101. The purpose is to let parents and students know more about how to get into CCC, how to handle the financial aid process, and kind of what you can expect in terms of being a new college student, what kinds of programs we offer. So the faculty and division chairs from different areas will be on hand to really give students as much information about the different programs that we offer so that people can make a better choice about the different things that they want to be in. I think this is really going to be an important community service, so I'm really glad that April Chavez and Chris Isham came up with this great idea, and so they're going to have a great event. Those are the events that we have just in the next couple of weeks. So that's not quite an event today, but it's a lot of events. But Community College Month, as I said, is incredibly important to all community colleges throughout the country. I do want to update you on a couple of things that have occurred at the board meeting this morning. Our budget was passed. That does include a 2% raise for all full-time faculty and staff. That hasn't happened for a while, so it's not a giant raise or anything, but the state did authorize that. The governor signed off on it about a month ago, so everybody will get that. The board also voted to raise the part-time teaching rate to $6.25 a credit hour. I think that this is long overdue, and I want to commend our board for doing this. I'd actually recommended a little bit smaller raise, and they said, no, let's just go ahead and raise it on up a little bit more. So I want to thank them personally for doing that. I think that's long overdue and something that we'll stay on top of as we move forward from semester to semester. Before I end, the one thing I want to say about Community College Month and about us being a community college is the importance that we put on working with students as individually as we possibly can, on getting to know our students holistically, on trying to help them succeed in their programs and then succeed outside of their programs once they graduate. I went to the United Way banquet a couple of nights ago, and we had a student who had graduated from our physical therapist assistant program who was recognized as a volunteer with United Way. And what amazed me as much as that student being recognized was that most of the people at our table knew the student, were excited for the student, jumped up and said, "There's so-and-so from PTA." And they were so excited to see her making a career for herself, becoming engaged in the community, giving back to the community, and they all had a hand in that. I was excited that they were excited, that they knew exactly who she was and they were supporting her. And then to see one of our students who's just gotten out of school, like within the last year, be able to already becoming a member of our community, and besides practicing in her field, giving back as a volunteer. That's what we do. And there are hundreds of other stories that are just like that one, but I think that sometimes when we look at individual students and we focus on their individual stories, it's a lot easier to remember how important what we all do. Again, if there's anything I can do to help you with your job, please let me know. But I want to thank all of you for what you do for our students, especially during April, which is kind of like, Christmas month for us or something. But I really do appreciate what you do for our students. Thank you.